Kevin Kjaz Graham was in that video you just saw at the Main Stage Theater with the Sons of Chicago.
I'm telling you, Jimbo, this is the first time I've seen the video. Oh my goodness. I didn't know it was like that. It's off the chain. I didn't even know I did that. You know, I just went with the flow, but I didn't expect that what I saw. Wow. Thank you, Jimbo.
It was like being in Hollywood, right, Kevin?
I felt so special. I'm walking around. Hey, y'all, look, that was me. That was off the chain. I got to start doing more things like this because I never get a chance to see myself. So to see this, anybody out there as musicians, you need this done all the time. This tells how well your music is going to be, how organized it is and stuff. I didn't expect this. I was just out there doing my thing.
So do you believe that video of your performance of you and working with the band, how important do you think that is?
Everybody keeps thinking it takes one person to do things. No, you can't do things by yourself. You need a group. People that follow you, understand your music and your style. That's why everything went the way it did. Because the guys know how to play behind me. I know how to perform with them. And it's not just that. We do that with everybody. The singers, the horn players, everything. You must know how to follow in order to lead. You can't lead if you don't know what you're doing. I still did not expect to see what I saw.
Don't you think that everybody should have that kind of an experience?
To tell people what I've done, it don't even, you can't even tell them how nice it was. You know, I'm there doing the show. I didn't think much of it. I do what I always do. Stand there. When you finish the video, never in my life have I seen anything that great. It's like I was a movie star or something. I wish everything was like that.
You felt like you were a movie star?
Some kind of star.
You almost looked like a movie star. It was so good. You did such a great performance.
Wow.
Would you believe that the video company is like your mirror? Okay. It's like looking in the mirror and seeing yourself from a different dimension.
I'm telling you. I didn't think much of it. I just did my basic show. Didn't even calculate what went on. And then all of a sudden I see this video. Is that Prince?
Yeah. But wasn't it a lot of fun too?
Oh, that's just doing our regular thing. We don't really think much of it because that's what we were trained to do. To see how you re-edit the video, the sound quality. I never heard this before. We're used to taking a phone and recording. To get top quality like that is unbelievable. Now, I'm still shocked right now.
So you can never get that kind of quality on any kind of a cell phone or anything, right?
Nothing like it.
Nothing like it.
You must get it done the right way.
Right.
And this is the first time I've done this.
And what was it the best experience you ever had? How long has it been since you've been a musician?
I've been a musician since the age of 11.
Okay. Where did you start out at?
In Maxwell Street.
Okay.
Jewtown, as we call Jewtown, but it's called Maxwell Street.
In Chicago, right?
In Chicago.
Okay.
My dad used to take me there all the time. I didn't know I could play a guitar. I was just, they said, we're going to do blues. I knew the blues. It don't matter what key they put it in. Son, I played it. I said, why? I said, I play a little bit. And the other guy said, yeah, he plays guitar. You don't know the music, the jazz music we're doing. And I said, I worked on it. Now, remember, we don't have a guitarist. We don't have a keyboard player. For some reason, they didn't show up that day at Crane High School for the big concert. I got in there, and they gave me a solo. I cannot do It was a song. It was the weirdest song. I know it's in B flat. And it was something like that. My band teacher was amazed that I knew all the songs, the right key of the song, and everything. Now, I'm a tenor sax player at the day. But after that day, I became his number one guitarist.
Cool. What about back in the day with your dad? Did you ever get together with people from Kjaz Records?
No. In the day, my dad always taking me to these studios. I couldn't tell you the name of them and stuff. Most of them was on the west side of Chicago. There was one studio in Bloomingdale. He took me there a lot to do some of the tracks with Muddy Waters, with, oh gosh, there's so many of them guys. Albert King. I didn't know who these guys were. I'm a kid.
What about Buddy Guy?
Oh, that is the weirdest thing you said that.
Okay.
I played at Buddy Guy's one day. He says, in here, we just do blues. I said, well, you asked me to do my show, and just let me do my show. You're going to get more recognition and this, and that. He says, blues. I did maybe 2 or 3 blues songs. I went back to my routine. Down home blues and all that stuff. Great. Buddy Guy comes on the stage. He says, I want you to do a solo behind me. We're in the key of C. I said, got you. We played from that day to today. That's one of my buddies. And his brother, oh God, what is his name going to kill me? Mark, his brother Mark, he told me, you are not like anybody I ever heard. So I've been to Buddy Guys a couple of times performing. I've done a little bit of everything. Out of every place I've been, nothing's like this video that we had for Europa. That was like a heart-pounding thing to see yourself like that.
So that was MJP Media Group and Amity Audio. Do you think that they did the job in a very professional manner?
Now, this is the funny part. I didn't know what you were doing. Okay. I know we had the cameras. We had cameras everywhere. You were plugged into the mixing boards and everything and stuff. Me, I'm just doing the regular show. Didn't think twice about it. Show is a show. Ding-a-ling-a-ling. That's how we do it. But Jimbo, I'm telling you, when I first saw that video, first of all, I didn't think it was me doing it. I'm listening to the quality, the clarity. I've never heard this before. I'm back to, again, the cell phones. Everybody's doing this. I did Purple Rain before and everything. But it was the weirdest thing when I did this song. When I got through with it, I didn't think anything of the song. Not a thing.
So studio audio in a theater is an experience, isn't it?
No, it's a pleasure.
It's a pleasure,
It's
okay.
a pleasure. To have this kind of audio, and you get to hear your true sound. I never heard this before. I've done videos, I've done this, I've done, you name it, I've been there and played. When I heard that, Jimbo, it kind of changed everything I think about music, studio work, production now. I've done songs, I got CDs, to me, it was just done. I wish I knew you then for the quality I have on the CDs. They're wonderful, but nothing like I just saw. Your video changed a lot of things in my way of thinking, progressions and stuff. I play better because, we used to do, let me show you this. This is called fumbling. Most guitar players do this. So I started learning so you can hear the notes. didn't understand that. I'm so used to next song. It sucked. When I saw the video and I heard myself playing the notes, first of all, I'm freaked out because I'm standing in 3D. I'm just sitting there. They have the lights off. My guitar is the main thing that's shining. And I'm like, wow. And I'm staring. I said, what's going on here? Then, after Roosevelt was on keyboard, and he's playing the keyboard, I said, oh, go ahead, bro. You know, killing this. And then when I got to my part, I kind of stopped because I never hurt myself like that. Quality. The piano's in the right place. Bass, drums, horn, whatever we had up there during the time. I was shocked because I'm listening to myself and kind of puzzled, like, why we haven't been doing this. Everybody should do a live video session. Once you get that, you'll understand why you should be better about a lot of things you do. Professional-wise and stuff, doing a video with a phone is nothing. This is what it needs to be, so you can show people the quality and quantity of everything. I got over, 200-something thousand views and stuff. Some of the other stuff got views and stuff that night we played. That song, it stands out like a sore thumb. I can't go anywhere. Kevin, Kjaz, Squeaky. I got 3 names. So people that call me Kevin knows me as a business or something like that. People that call me Kjaz is mostly music, 90-some% music all the time. People that call me Squeaky, they've been knowing me since the birth of Christ. So I grew up, everybody called me Squeaky. Sometimes people call me Squeaky, come here. His name is Kjaz. Or his name is Kevin. Who is Squeaky? And I said, they've been knowing me a long time. So.
Well, what do you think of Gary Farracotta?
Gary is
the guy that ran the Sons of Chicago. Do you think that, I think he did a fantastic job of putting all you guys where you needed to be, and he helped us with the mastering and mixing with Mike Vaz, and he worked with me with the multiple cameras, and I think that it all kind of fell into place.
Well, I'm going to tell you. I met Gary a little while ago, and Gary, I just say Gary, I don't say his last name. Gary is wonderful. He helps you. He tell you, no, I want this sound right here. And I followed him, whatever he wanted done. Then he'll tell me, give me a solo. He said, but it has to fit what I'm doing. So I would stay in his category and stuff. As far as that, if it wasn't for Gary, I wouldn't have been in the video in the first place. He called me in and he says, I know you know my music. I know you know this and that. He said, stay to the grind. Don't do anything other than do the solo and then we're going to be through. I said, okay. Gary told me after we did the video, he saw the video first. He told me, he says, I don't know what you did, but it was wonderful. I said, oh, you know, it's a video. It's a phone. That's how I see it. It's a phone now. I am 65 years old. Everything is a phone now. It's a phone. Yeah, it's a phone.
You look young for 65. You look great. I wish I looked that good for 65.
I'm going to wash that gray right out of my hair. I do not own the rights to that song.
You should.
But,
you and Carlos.
That's another weird thing.
What's that?
In the day, I lived around Western, Harrison, and stuff. We knew Carlos Santana in the day.
Okay.
We played with him. We didn't think nothing of it because he was a local band with us. Next thing you know, he disappeared, and we saw him on TV. And I said, is that Carlos? I can't think of the original band he was with in the day. But one of the guitarists' name was Wacky. I remember Wacky because I dreamed of playing like him. And you want to hear something weird? Carlos didn't do all the solos and stuff. His name was Wacky. And I can tell you Wacky's real name. Michael Gates and all of them and everything in the day. We all grew up around that area. What's the church? Oh, the Precious Blood. I think that's the church. They used to play in the bottom of it. We used to have concerts every month, some kind of big concert. I got to the door and I couldn't get in.
Oh, man, that's terrible.
Yeah, you can't come in this time. I met a lot of the blues guys in the days. Muddy Waters, B.B. King, all them and stuff. And B.B. King was something too because I met him at Buddy Guy's. And
B.B. King was a great guy, wasn't he?
He wasn't
traveled all over the world, didn't he?
Yeah, everywhere. He's wonderful. And one day he wasn't feeling good, and I was performing with somebody. And he asked me would I do the basics, changes and stuff with him. I said, I got you. I didn't think nothing of it. Matter of fact, hidden away, I have one of his guitars that's signed and given to me.
Oh, he gave you a guitar?
And I put it up.
From B.B. King?
From B.B. King.
My God, that is so cool.
People don't realize this. He don't give you his original guitar. These are the guitars that's given to him at the shows and stuff. And he wasn't feeling well. And I did a couple of licks for him and stuff. He looked at me, and I played some of the solos. And I always had a problem with Buddy Guy. That is not a blues solo. So that was the only problem I always had with him. So I played with a lot of people in my life. And you might know my brother, Ronnie G, saxophone. He's one of the guys that's out there playing big shows and stuff too. Delivery Point Band. And that's my brother. He'll do anything in the world for me. He'll stop the world so I can cross over. Okay. The song Europa. I knew the song, but this is the first time I've done it live on TV, on that video. I didn't expect it the way it came out, but me and Roosevelt, the piano player, I've told him what key it's in and stuff. The bass player, really good bass player. He followed basic stuff. The drummer, wonderful. Everybody fell in place. And he directed it on the stage during the time. And, you know, we're musicians. And people think musicians make thousands and thousands of dollars. We work from the bottom up. If you get a good gig that's paying you maybe $300 to $500 a man, you're doing well. You're getting a gig that's doing $1,500 and up each man, you're doing wonderful. You're doing main stage stuff, you can't ask for no more. And it's not nothing special. And it's not about the money. It's the recognition of what you're doing. I have my own band too. Gary, with his band, took me in and asked me, can you help me? I said, Gary, I don't like you. Why you calling me? We ain't even friends no more. He says, yes, we are. I said, yeah, we are. We good friends. I said, what I'll do is I'll see what I'm not doing and stuff like that. We'll work on it. So I played a couple of shows with him. And it wasn't just doing the shows. It worked out wonderful. I was happy because it went by the books. Everything went by in order. And
Gary's very organized like that, isn't he?
Way beyond that. Gary's a wonderful person. Not just as a boss or anything. He takes care of business, period. His wife is wonderful too.
Oh yeah, she's a great person.
She's the director of him, and he's the director of us.
That's what you call teamwork.
Teamwork.
Married together.
That's it. And
for better or for worse. I mean, that's the way it's got to be, right?
But everything is better. They're wonderful together. And, you know, he's always asking me to do things. And if I got time, I'm with you, Gary. 100%. That's it. And that made our day. And I try to see him as much as possible. But with his band, my band, I'm traveling and stuff like that. A lot of times I'm gone for the summer.